Hello, greetings, welcome. We've made it to October the 7th, Tuesday, October 7th, 2025. And thanks so much for listening. I'm glad you're here. We're still at the beginning of the week, but Monday is over. I hope you had a good Monday. It was a very long day for me yesterday and very beautiful outside, but I was pretty much in the home office almost all day with a couple of exceptions. But it was one of those days where I felt like I got a lot done. So that's always really, really satisfying. So where are we at? Today is day 280 of this year. We have 75 days until winter begins. And so, 280 of this year. It just feels like 780. But here we are, October the 7th. Let's see, Halloween is just around the corner. After that is, of course, in the United States, Thanksgiving. And then we're in December. I mean, it's just really hurtling towards the end of the year. The weather here is just gorgeous. I mean, honestly, it just continues to be absolutely knockout gorgeous. It's sunny today. It's going to be a high of 80 degrees Fahrenheit. And then it drops like 10 degrees. So I think this is really the last day of 80 degree weather, it looks like, for a while, maybe until next year. So I'd like to get out and enjoy it, but I got back-to-back meetings, so you know how that goes. All right, so where are we at? Oh, big announcement. Then I'll get to our city. I want to let you know that you may have noticed already, depending on how you see this podcast, you may have noticed different artwork. If you don't see different artwork, that's because Apple is really, really picky about artwork and kind of a pain, to be honest. So I've already sent an inquiry in to see why they're not updating the artwork, but we've changed the name of the podcast. And no, I didn't announce it beforehand, but we're still small enough we can do this. I've been thinking about what name I want to name this podcast for a while. Matt Stone Show was always sort of a placeholder. I have another plan for that name of a show for a different show later on down the line. And it came to me, thank you to my sister who helped me kind of work through some of this stuff. And then it, after batting around a few ideas, I kind of woke up and I realized the name is going to be The First Play with me. But it's the first play. It's what's your first play of today? And maybe this is the first thing you're going to play. So it's got a little double meaning there. But the first play, and I think about the first play of a game, the first thing I choose to listen to, the first thing I point my brain at. And that's what this podcast is all about in about 10 minutes. So I hope you like the name. If you like it, if you don't like it, if you're on Substack, you can easily leave a message for us and let us know what you think of it. So I don't know. I really like it. The cover art, we'll see if you like that too. It's a little bit different. And we'll take it from here. Okay, now let's go on a little 2-minute trip with our random city picker, which today has chosen the American city of Indianapolis, Indiana, a city known for the Indy 500 family-friendly environment and many museums and a large student population. Interesting that almost every city we pick has a large student population. That seems to be a theme. When we were in Greece, it was a large student population. When we were in, Peru, it was a large student. I believe it was. Maybe I'm forgetting. But more about Indianapolis. It's colloquially known as Indy. Obviously, it's the capital city of Indiana. Situated in the state's Central Till Plain region along the West Fork of the White River. The city's official slogan, Crossroads of America, reflects the historic importance as a transportation hub and its relative proximity to other major North American markets. As of the 2020 census, the balance population was 887,000 people, so under a million. It's the 16th most populous city in the United States and the third most populous in the Midwest after Chicago and Columbus, Ohio. So that is Indianapolis. Another place that I still have not made it to in the Midwest. And I know some good people from Indianapolis, though. So, of course, it has a long history with, of course, Native Americans and, shall we say, charitably land transfers. And in the Civil War, it played a critical role in the U.S. Civil War in the 1860s. So, long history and a rich history. And so worth checking out. The weather in Indianapolis today is going to reach a high of 72 degrees Fahrenheit, Celsius 22 degrees Celsius. A little cloudy, a little rainy, but sunny the rest of the week, and in the high 60s and 70 degrees. So it looks like it's quite lovely. Lovely fall weather in Indianapolis. I don't know what it's like in the fall there, though. Like the trees, I assume it's got to be beautiful. It has to be, right? Wherever there's trees, it's beautiful, even if it lacks mountains. All right, so that's our little 2-minute trip somewhere else. What is on my mind for the mindset today? The older I get, the more that I'm realizing that everyone is projecting, including myself, and to take that into account when meeting with people, especially coaches and consultants and people who have a solution. And I think about how this applies to me, but I'll just say I'm growing increasingly wary of anyone who, badmouths all other providers, all other consultants. Oh, most people don't get it. Most people are doing it the wrong way. Only I can fix it. Only I have the solution. My brilliant consulting is the only way, the truth, and the light. And I've come to see this not as rampant ego out of control. I've come to see this as usually flowing directly from a deep insecurity. I mean, because there are billions and billions of people in the world. Each one of us is unique. Are there some relatively universal truths? Yes, but even amongst those universal truths, there are nuances. And I'm learning that when I hear someone talk about on a podcast or in an individual meeting that, they're the ones who get it, and essentially the inference is no one else does, then I know that they're afraid of being seen as less than in some way. And that doesn't mean I won't engage with them or listen to them or even respect them. I mean, I think we owe respect to one another. It's just a data point. And it does make it increasingly less likely that I'll want to work with that person, at least pay them. Because, and again, maybe it's the older I'm getting, but the more that I am believing in the power of curiosity and connection in developing ideas and developing strategies even. So if you're out there in the world and you suddenly feel less than because someone is very boldly telling you that you're doing it all wrong, but they're telling it to you in an indirect way because they're kind of pointing to someone else, but they're really talking to you. Now, I haven't had this happen recently, so I'm not telling a story about something that's happened directly to me recently, although it has happened. And to be fair, one of the reasons why I'm starting to see this differently is because I have been there. I am prone to this too. If I'm talking to someone and I think I've got the solution and they don't understand it, it's just maybe natural to want to project onto them. If only you knew, if only you could touch the hem of my garment, you would get it. And you might have a good solution, but I think we find a lot more breakthroughs through a path of curiosity and openness and understanding the person better before we get to the one and only solution, because there isn't one and only solution for almost anything. All right. So that is just my thought for today as we navigate a world that is bombarding us with information constantly, and discernment and pause and reflection in the moment may be the superpower that saves you in a moment from thinking or feeling in some way that's not useful to you, making a decision that's not helpful to you, and missing the real opportunity, which is to dive underneath the platitudes and get to the person and the real opportunity and create something new together. That's, to me, the highest and best use of humans, working with other humans. I hope this human is helping you in some way. And I'm so grateful that you're listening. Would you rate and review and rate this podcast? If you go onto Apple, for example, you can rate us up to 5 stars. 5 would be great. And drop a note about what it is that you like about what we're doing here every day. All right, new name of the show, new artwork. Hopefully it'll be updated everywhere, and another new day and a new opportunity to explore, connect, and make something special. So with that, I'll just encourage you, as always, be good to yourself and others. We'll check back tomorrow. Thank you, as always, for listening. Bye-bye for now.